That's the one. That's everybody looking for.
The silver gilt trophy will be presented perhaps after this next service game from Roger Federer, who attempts to win Wimbledon number 8 without dropping a set.
Time.
The Australian Open, he achieved that in 2007, but never at Wimbledon.
And that's the moment he's probably most fragile today, because he's human. There's a beating heart underneath. He must feel the occasion now.
Cilic has forgotten to take out a new racket, as is his wont when the new balls come into play. His concentration has been difficult for him today. So here we go then. Federer serving for the championship.
Let first service.
Looks nervous.
There's the vulnerability Boris Becker was talking about. He's hardly missed one of those
Love 15.
over the previous hour and 39 minutes.
He's just thinking point by point.
$30-15. $40-15.
No. Hold on. When Cilic has got the ball into play in this game, he's won the point.
Let first service. Game,
What a player!
3 sets to love.
What
6-3.
a champion here at Wimbledon.
6-1.
The first
6-4.
man to win 8 championships. Yet another extraordinary performance. This one was a bit of a procession, but he didn't drop a set throughout Wimbledon. Fitting that it was ace number 8 in this final match to bring him his 8th championship. Great players watch on and they shake their heads in disbelief at the standard he produces. And isn't it absolutely amazing that right after Rafa Nadal wins the French Open for the 10th time without dropping a set, this partner of his that has elevated the game, Roger Federer, now wins a record-breaking 8th at Wimbledon. There's a lovely symmetry to that.
Who writes these boys' scripts? It's just unbelievable. 6 months ago, if you said to the tennis fraternity, Federer's going to come back and only play 2 slams this year and win them both, you've got pretty long odds, but an absolute clinic today.
one feels for Marin Cilic, Boris.
Very much so. He should be so proud of his performance in the championship. He's played extremely well. Obviously, today maybe too much on the occasion, but nothing wrong with continuing your way, Marin. You're going to be one day holding up these trophies.
And I think the children have made an appearance, and that always delights Roger, of course. And here they are. Myla and Charlene will be 9 this month. Leo and Lenny just turned 3, and it looks like they got matching blazers and white trousers.
Dressed to impress.
Sunday best for the 2 girls and the 2 boys here to watch the old man play a bit of tennis on a Sunday afternoon. Oh, he's going to get emotional again on us, isn't he, Rog? You remember when he first won this with victory over Philippoussis in 2003. You see how tightly wound genius can be here, don't you? When he first won it. And thoughts go back to his first coach, Peter Carter. Peter Carter taken in a car accident, and how much he contributed to Roger's game and his personal and emotional development as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for the trophy presentation for the gentlemen's singles. Please welcome onto centre court President of the All England Lawn Tennis Club, His Royal Highness the Duke of Kent, Chairman Philip Brooke, and Martin Corrie, President of the Lawn Tennis Association. First, please show your appreciation for the chair umpire, Damien Dumoussoir. And next, the championship's referee, Andrew Jarrett. Now, to the runner-up, Marin Cilic. And the Wimbledon champion of 2017, Roger Federer. Marin, I think everybody here really feels for you. It's never easy playing with an injury, but you bravely battled on.
Yeah, and that's what I did throughout all my career. I never gave up when I started the match, so that was my idea also today, and gave my best, and that's all I could do.
I can see that it's obviously very, very emotional for you, but just on behalf of everyone, what a wonderful tournament you've had, and you can be so proud of that. Definitely.
I had an amazing journey here, played the best tennis of my life, and really want to thank my team. They gave so much strength to me. And of course, to all my fans in Croatia, it was really tough today, and I gave it all. And I'm hoping definitely that I'm gonna come back here and try it one more time.
I'm sure you will. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Marin Cilic. Well, first of all, really a comment about Marin, because obviously really tough. You've played with injuries. To do it on such a big court, such a big occasion, it's just so hard to take.
It is cruel sometimes, but he fought well, and he's a hero. So congratulations on a wonderful tournament, Marin. And you should be really proud. This is such a special occasion to play in the finals, and you did as good as you could. You had a wonderful tournament, and sometimes you just don't feel great in the finals. It's cruel, but be proud of yourself, and I hope we can play down the road some better ones. So well done.
And for you, Roger, a great tournament. It's been a great year since you took that 6 months off. You just seem to be getting better and better.
Got to take more time off. I don't know what's going on. I'll be gone again for the next 6 months. I'm not sure if it's going to work out this fantastic every time I come back. But no, I mean, better than holding the trophy and winning today, I guess, it's just being healthy. It's feels great, and it means the world to me. We worked so hard, last year. So be back here and just feeling great and holding the trophy now, and the tournament that I played, not dropping a set, it's magical, really. I can't believe it yet. So it's just it's too much, really.
Now we have to talk records here, because you won your first Grand Slam here. Over the years you've been breaking other champions' records, but now you have your own record, the 8th Wimbledon title, the only man in the history of Wimbledon to ever win it 8 times.
Yeah, it's yeah, I mean, I guess it's again, it's disbelief, that I can achieve such heights, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna ever be here again in another finals, after last year, and I've had some tough ones here, losing to Novak in 14 and 15, but I always believed that I could maybe come back and do it again. And if you believe, you can go, really, really far in your life. And I think I did that, and I'm happy. I kept on believing and dreaming, and here I am today with the 8s. It's fantastic.
And I know what it means to you also to play on this court. It means the world to you, and I think the fans, they've shown their appreciation for everything that you've done over the years as well.
Yeah, it's such a special court. So many legends have marked this court, the women's game, the men's game, doubles, mixed, you name it, all of it together. So to be here today with Marin and celebrating tennis in a way, it's very special. And then, of course, from day one to finals day, center court's always packed, and we the players appreciate that so much. So it's a dream to play here, really, and I hope this wasn't my last match, and I hope I can come back next year and try to defend the title.
When you won in 2012, your girls were here. Now your boys are here.
I know. They have no clue what's going on. They think this is probably a nice view and a nice playground, but it's not quite like that here. So one day, hopefully, they'll understand. But it's very special.
And do your girls enjoy watching you play?
They enjoy to watch a little bit. They come for the finals, I guess. But no, it's a wonderful moment for us as a family, and I'd like to thank my team. Everybody's amazing on my team. Congratulations to Maren's team as well. You guys work so hard as well, but this one's for us. And thank you, everybody. Thanks to the family. Thanks to the team. Thank you, Switzerland. Thank you, everybody.
And we say thank you to you as well, ladies and gentlemen, Wimbledon champion Roger Federer.
And the two girls are probably slightly offended because they know exactly what's going on. The little boys clearly don't. But wonderful. They'll have a word with pups later on as the traditional photo call takes place in front of the royal box, and a couple of layers of photographers behind a rope. These are the pictures that will be beamed out around the world, and they go around so quickly now. This wonderful image. Not hard to see why this is the world's most marketable athlete. He speaks so well and he plays so beautifully. Records seem to fall every time he takes to the court. Who would have thought the floodgates would open here at Wimbledon in terms of his success, quite like it has when he beat Bjorkman and Sampras in 2001. On this very court in the fourth round, the match against Sampras held at the start of something special, although he lost in the next year to Ancic in the first round. Seeded in the top 10, but from that point on, Philippoussis and Roddick on two occasions, and Nadal and Murray have all succumbed to this man. Only Djokovic has beaten him in a final. Djokovic and Nadal, of course, in 2008. One of the greatest matches of all time. So Marin Cilic has absolutely nothing to be embarrassed about. He's been outplayed by quite possibly the best male player that has ever lived, and his parents are bound to be very proud of him, Zdenko and Kovilika. But this is Roger's stage, as so often in the past. That's it, stay where you are. That's the net. Well, it's a superb success, isn't it, once again? He has 8 of these replicas, which is greedy. I wonder where you have to have a house to keep them all in. He's won so many titles. 93 tournament victories in this career that has brought him over $100 million in official prize money. Probably 10 times that in endorsements. Phil Brook, the chairman of the All England Club, commiserating with Marin Cilic. Phil, a player who has both won and lost plenty of times himself, so he'll understand. It's a men's tournament that looked like Federer's to win or lose for such a long time, didn't it? Especially when Andy Murray was unable to give his best against Sam Querrey in sets 4 and 5 on this court, and Djokovic retired versus Burdick. And really, he does conduct affairs on this centre court. A great musician. It's remarkable to see how many people succumb to this man's tennis. It's a devastating thing to watch because it's rather beautiful at the same time as being quite violent. He now joins Helen Wills Moody, who was such a global celebrity on 19 Grand Slams. The records continue to tumble. Slightly ominous that he said that he was hoping to be back next year. We very much hope he is. Steffi Graf has won 22 Grand Slams, Serena Williams 23, and she'll surely be back after the birth of her first child, and Margaret Court on 24, but he's closing in on them, and he breaks a tie with Chris Evert and Martina Navratilova. Martina was playing out on court, still loving the game in the seniors doubles, and Chris Evert looks on as Roger Federer just pulls one Grand Slam ahead. It's not just about the records, though. It's the joy with which he goes about his business. Generous words for Marin Cilic, this year's beaten finalist, joining a long list of others. So there we are, a reminder that as this court gets a little bit of a clean-up job done, and they replace the net with the doubles net. Obviously, it has to go outside the tram lines. I'll remind you that the mixed doubles final is ahead, and it's going to be a good one. So Jamie Murray and Martina Hingis are seeded #1. They're playing Continent and Watson, who are the defending champions. British interest on both sides of the net. 6-3, 6-1, 6-4 after an hour and 41 minutes. The agents, the parents, Merker, who has been alongside Roger for so many of his triumphs, and you know, he has only lost a couple of matches this year. Tommy Haas in Stuttgart and Evgeny Donskoy in Dubai. That's it. He's winning everything again. He's 35. It shouldn't be happening. He could be playing in the seniors events here. It was at this point last year that he took 6 months off after losing to Milos Raonic, just to rest injuries and to freshen up. And when he said he was playing well, rested and confident ahead of his semi-final, well, he certainly was. Andy Murray unable to defend the championship, or actually give his best in sets 4 and 5, despite trying in a determined fashion. Andy Murray, we await news and hope that he is going to be okay going forward. Medical tests no doubt being carried out on him. Andy Murray remains the world's #1 player as far as the computer is concerned, but Roger Federer has won 2 of the first 3 Grand Slams of this year. So once again, it's Roger Federer as the champion of Wimbledon, also the Australian Open champion, and with Nadal winning a 10th at the French. A feast of tennis this year for that great champion to enjoy, Rod Laver. And that's it for the men's singles championship at Wimbledon. Marin Cilic didn't really do himself justice out there. We'll find out more about that as we celebrate the one and only Roger Federer.
An 8th Wimbledon title. Everyone is special, but somehow the record of being the first man to hold 8 in the history of the championships is truly not lost on Roger. But that's what drives him now, the pursuit of glory, to break these records. And this is his home, centre court. He loves it, and we love watching him out there. Roger Federer, champion yet again. His 8th Wimbledon, his 19th Grand Slam title. Well, we were waiting for Roger to appear, but of course he has to do the interviews for the other nations, and of course he speaks so many languages that he's been in there for many minutes. But I don't think you can ever tire of this, can you, Boris?
I think the chairman was going to make sure that he had a chat as well. He wasn't going to miss that opportunity.
And I think the press conferences now will last longer than the match. You know, you said it, he speaks 5 languages fluent, and he wants to give everybody their time, since they couldn't really report much about the match. But those are the moments you dream about as a little boy. You know, when you grow up, I'm sure he had his heroes winning Wimbledon, and then one day to have your name 1 time on the board is life-changing. To have it 8 times on the board, I can't even imagine what it feels like.
Yeah, the chairman there is pointing out William Renshaw, he's beat him, he's beaten Pete Sampras, he's just saying Goran. That is the only Croatian to have won the championships before.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me of that, Sue. But it is.
I just thought I'd pause to see whether you'd react.
Yeah, I bet. I think the chairman was just pointing out the years that William Renshaw won, who was the other man to have 7 titles, and along with Pete Sampras, but Federer's one up there.
And I do, these, going this behind the scenes, this is where the history of Wimbledon, I think, comes out, which to me, maybe I'm biased, but doesn't happen at the other Grand Slams, is the routine that they have here, to the honours board as you walk on, and then you go up to meet members from the Royal Box, and then out to display the trophy to the fans outside.
Yeah, very much so, and the Royal Box is called for a reason, because you have real royalty sitting there. And I think that's what makes the tournament so prestigious, so special. All the majors are important, and obviously you want to win everyone. But that's we call him the big daddy of them all.
He certainly is. And just so popular, I mentioned before, voted by the public for the 14th consecutive year the most popular player on tour. This isn't just the British public that love him, it's global, isn't it?
It is amazing. I mean, it's incredible to see him when he plays around the world, because in essence every game is a home game. The support that he has is just absolutely incredible.
I think that's Merker.
Yep.
Yes. Oh, and his mother's there as well. Oh. And they're very much a team, aren't they, Tim? You know them well.
They are, yeah. They're an amazing team, and it's a big entourage with 4 children travelling around the world, the coach, the trainer. It really is a team effort, and there's Dad as well, don't forget Robbie. He at the end of the day wants to be able to really focus on his preparation and performance, and he couldn't do that without all the support of the extended team.
And really too, to continue on the point, I mean, Roger's the first one to admit if Mirka gets tired of travelling, Roger will stop.
Yeah.
That's how close this team is. I think she's as much responsible for his winnings.
Manuel Santana, Rod Laver, and Federer have a very close bond, don't they?
Stan Smith on the left.
And Stan Smith, yes. Sorry? Everybody, I mean...
Jan Kodesh as well.
Yes. Everybody wants to shake his hand, because we saw His Royal Highness, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, Stefan Edberg, who coached him for a while, and Roger always talked about how Stefan inspired him as a youngster.
Yeah, he definitely brought another attacking element to his game, looking to get to the net a little bit more, and Tim Phillips, the ex-chairman, and his wife Elizabeth, there's everybody up there wanting to congratulate him on his amazing achievements.
And we just saw, just going out of the picture, Tony Godsick, who's his agent and friend. I mean, is that the easiest job in the world?
Yeah, it's important that people know that.
Oh, Stefan, give it back! Give it back! But Stefan helped him a lot, didn't he? I mean, because in some ways wanted him to come forward and be more attacking as he was. I mean, you know better than anybody, Boris.
No, in the years 14 and 15, when he played the final against Novak, Stefan Edberg joined the team, and one of the all-time great serve and volley players. And we always felt that Roger, in the last couple of years, then he was playing too much from the baseline, and I think Stefan convinced him to go, listen, you're in your mid-30s now, you're such a good volleyer, why don't you take advantage of that part of your game? And he did.
Now these are all the members. Oh, who's that, Tim?
Oh.
Tim, who's that? Oh, and who's that, Tim?
Dad. Gate crash in the action.
Well, they know him well as well. Roger Taylor we just saw there. I mean, everybody just wants to say well done to this great champion. This is a historic moment, and this is the moment that's going to delight the fans outside. They've had a long wait.
Another beautiful piece of tradition.
Yeah. And look at the fans the other side trying to get through, and they're being stopped. They won't let them go through. I've never seen Wimbledon so busy. I mean, maybe the weather or something. We're coming to see a little bit of history made, but thousands of people in the grounds just want to be here on
Well, there's definitely a few other vantage points. Obviously, there's a lot of people that have been watching on the hill and some of the outside courts. I think they use the screens to let people watch the action on centre court. And when you see that many people coming out to get a glimpse of the champion, it's definitely a special atmosphere.
And it's wonderful that on court he said he wants to come back. And you just have a feeling, Boris, he may come back even better.
Well, last year we weren't so sure about it, but this year it sounded very convincing because he finished the tournaments on his own terms. I think tennis still needs him for a couple more years. They need a healthy, good playing Roger Federer. He's so important as an ambassador to the game. He's got the biggest fan following of any sport maybe in the world. Forget tennis. So this is very important.
But also, Tim, we talked about his family there. You've been round the house here. I mean, he's very much first a dad, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. I mean, it's amazing how he's able to, keep the balance, because he also knows that he's got to make sure that he's doing all the necessary things. And as you get older, it doesn't get any easier. But the attention to detail with his training, his sort of core stability, the stretching, to make sure that when he goes on court, he's able to, move as fluidly as he does. It's going to be very interesting. I think we've reflected on the previous 12 months. Waving as he walks back to the locker room. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens in the next 12 months, the next 24 months. Is it the next 36 months? I mean, how long is he going to... again, the popularity with all the staff around the courts is... Mary Jo Fernandez there.
Oh.
Tony Godsick's wife. And children.
Thank you, guys.
And I tell you what, I think we have two players watching this secretly somewhere. One is called Murray, one is called Djokovic, because last year it was the other way around, and I very much believe that these players take this as an incentive, as a motivation to come back when you're healthy.
He's not going to let us go any further, that is for sure. Roger's in the safety of the locker room with his 8th Wimbledon title. Well done to Roger. Well, today has been all about the numbers game, with Roger Federer creating history and putting 8 into great. But the big question now is, who is number 13?